Hello everyone, Ramya, Assistant Professor of CSC Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Subject code CS8078 Green Computing. Unit 2. Topic Green Assets. Objective to learn about the concepts of green assets. Green assets. A green asset produces revenue with the additional aspect of an ability to be a renewable. For example, solar energy. In this green assets and also the infrastructure comprise that is used for the long-term approach to managing the carbon performance of the organization. Here we have three major phases or activities associated with the life cycle of these assets are depicted as follows. They are the way they are established or procured, the manner in which they are operated or run, the strategies for their disposal or demolishment. Next one, establish. It deals with the green credentials of the asset in terms of its design and development. Next one is operate or run. The manner of operation of the asset has a bearing on the total carbon contribution of the organization. Disposal. This is the eventual phase of an asset and it also impacts the overall carbon footprint of an organization. Here means this impact is through the organization approach to disposing the asset. The next one is building and facility management. The physical buildings and facilities belonging to the organization from the core of its non-movable assets. That means, for example, here the building usually not a part of IT directly. It is still a major contributor to the organization carbon footprint. Here the need and demand to consider the carbon issues otherwise during initial procurement or construction of buildings. So only the buildings why usually not part of it directly. It is a still major contribution to the organization carbon footprint. Green IT hardware. The hardware aspects of green IT deals with architecture and design of IT hardware. The manner in which it is procured and operated. In this diagram, first we are going to see data servers. It deals with the physical machines and the specific buildings in which they are housed. The next one is end user computers, that means laptop, desktop, their capacities, operational efficiencies. It is need to be discussed from their procedure, operate or dispose viewpoint. The next one is mobile devices. Here the mobile devices and the associated hardware, their batteries including the recharging mechanism, otherwise disposal of the batteries and also the policies when the device come outdated. The next one is peripherals. That means, for example, printers, photocopiers, shredders, and so on. These are the electronic gadgets of immense interest in green IT due to their large numbers. And also the carbon associated with the eventual disposal of this fast moving items. The next one is green data centers. In this green data centers, it is demand for the data center capacity worldwide has been on the rise. It also lead to a steady increase in carbon emissions. First, we are going to see the data center design, layout and location. For example, physical shape, naturally cooling and ventilation, natural light. Otherwise, we can consider another one example for geographical region, that means locating a data center in Iceland. And also it is used for the material used in construction of the building, for example terracotta for roofing and painting the roofs white. The next one is cooling, air conditioning, power source and power consumption. That means it includes the cooling strategies of the servers and the air conditioning that should be relating to the actual building. Next one is your power management. That means it would include procurement and installation of green products. For example, LED light bulbs. It also used for the green services. The next one is servers, their numbers, their positioning, and corresponding energy efficient computing. That means it is a physical location of the rack, their positioning. Otherwise, architecture and the physical rooms in which they are placed. Otherwise, design of each server, water cooled, air cooled, and other efficiencies are also to be considered. Next one is data strategy. It includes security and backup. That means virtualization within each server and combined virtualization. The next one is network and communication equipment. That means wireless communication. Such as switch gears, routers, and modems. Here also we have numbers and capacitors of these equipments in the data structure contributed to its carbon footprint. Next one is data center building design, layout, and location. It is specialized buildings to hold the large computing and communication equipments of the organization. Following are the specific design, layout, and location consideration for data centers. For example, physical location of the building that houses the data center, power supply, cooling and lighting, etc. The next one is data center ICT equipment server strategies. That means they are housed within the green data center and require specific strategies for positioning, cooling, and usage. Next one is data strategy and the carbon emitting bit. That means it encompasses the use, storage, mirroring, security, backup, cleanup, and architecture for data. It also covers both external and internal approaches of data management. The next one is data servers optimization. Using this, it can be improved better organization of the database, including their design, provisioning for redundancy, improved capacity forecasting, following RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System standards such as data normalization and usage of proper data types within database as and when required. Next one is data servers visualization. Here in this diagram, it shows the data server visualization as a key strategy. That means includes creation of many virtual servers from one to physical server. That means it has been popular at efficient hardware resource utilization. It also significant impact on reducing carbon emissions. The next one is cloud computing and data centers. Here, the cloud computing offers the potential for economies of scale that go beyond a single data center and a single enterprise. Next one is networking and communication infrastructure. Networking strategies that are part of information architecture cannot only help reduce traffic but also improve carbon performance. That means it is the reduction of communication traffic. Eventually, it also reduces the server load, minimizing memory and processing time on the server. Here also we have some following categories. First one is local area network. Here in this local network of the organization that are made up of physical connections among the machines and the primarily the data center. The next one is wide area network. The wide area network of an organization enables communication among its desktop and laptop machines with and beyond its data center. The next one is mobile network. The mobile enterprise architecture that can also provide the backdrop for carbon reduction. Next one is wireless LAN or WAN. The wireless communication may give the impression of reduced hardware and infrastructure. That means due to the lack of physical wiring. Next one is WiMAX. It is another mobile standard for point-to-point communication that is based on radio frequency standardized technology. The next one is devices and organizational boundaries for measurements. Here, devices in the green IT discussion play two roles. That means those that emit carbon and that which is used to measure, monitors and mitigates Carbon. Next one, the various tools and techniques in carbon measurements are as follows. Dashboard displays attached to the devices to display emissions. Mobile gadgets attached to devices for measuring emissions. Surveys for employees and other stakeholders. Inventory of the organization to identify unused goods. Interviews of employees and stakeholders to ascertain carbon emissions. Thank you.